Hey guys, and welcome back to another NRL Fantasy Fanatics podcast. I'm Callan Jensen, and this is Will.
Hey guys, uh, so we're gonna go through the casualty ward first and just pretty much say when all the relevant players return. So just Payne, Haas, Brenton Piacora, Reece Walsh, round 8. That'll be massive for the Bronx, but it will harm Paddy Carrigan a bit. But I think that'll be good for them.
Yeah.
You got
Reece Walsh is suspected to come back this week.
he could come back as early as this week.
So see what happens. And then I think Willison may come back this week from the 10 days stand down.
Although Ben Piacora looked good, or whatever Ben Takora looked good. So
Yeah, he
who
did.
knows?
So see what they do.
A lot of injuries on the Dogs side. Could get a few cash cows this week. But
Yeah. Well, a lot of head knocks there. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 there, and then I just don't think two more rounds. I reckon Dogs will be back to a full side pretty much.
yeah, and the massive news on this one: Zach Laibart out for the season, brings in a cash cow in the centres, which I think is good. So I don't understand how Connelly Lemuelu can be back round 6 but still be in a knee brace, because I saw him in the sheds and he was still in a knee brace. So I think he's got a couple of more weeks. Disappointing for Herbie and Flegler owners. Flegler doesn't sound too bad, and Herbie is probably a sell. Bryce Cartwright, probably a sell if you don't have him. Mitch Moses will really boost them. They look terrible, don't they?
Yeah, they didn't look too good, but Gutho was a bit disappointing in that game.
Yeah. I think Tyson Frizzell, I've heard that he's definitely out this week, but we don't know for how long. Nathan Cleary due back next week will be good. Hopefully for the Penrith Panthers' sake, Jerome Luai's fine. I got his bye, so hopefully it's just a 1 week thing. Latrell Mitchell, if anyone owns him, it's bad for them, and the Bunnies are in all sorts.
100%.
And I think Campbell Graham won't be back to around 20, which hurts them. They need Jairo back soon. Lockie Ellis out for the season, I think.
Oh, that was bad.
Bad, yeah. Zach Hosking due back next week. I just don't think many people have him left. And I also think, who knows what role he gets. Corey Horsburgh, he's out injured. I won't be looking at him anyway. Jordan Rapana. I mean, it looked like a terrible injury, but he came back for the second half, so it mustn't be too bad.
Very surprised.
But if he is out, you could get Chevy Stewart if he's out for a long period of time. Look, you got Dom Young out for 2 weeks. I just don't think that's very important fantasy-wise. But you got Tedesco, who's really highly owned, and I think he's a safe hold, definitely, depending on how bad it is. Nothing. Ruben Garrick out this week. He'd be a safe hold though too. You got Dale Finucane back next week, but that doesn't really affect Cameron McInnes with Braden Hamlin, Ueli, Toby Rudolph, and Roos Hunt still being out. And you got Brinton Pidden, Nikora back next week, which helps. So it says here Joe Chan was out because of a hand injury. So let's hope he gets that starting spot back. Not much down there. Tino's still out, but we all know that. Dallin due back next week. That'll be good for them. Luke Metcalf out for an extended period of time, but it looked like Timari Martin was able to fill the spot pretty well.
Yeah, it was really good.
On the Tigers, you got Galvin back next week, and John Bateman will be very cheap soon, and then Adam Dewey due back in round 17. But let's go to the NRL Fantasy Fanatics team to start with. So a score of 801 and gained about 10K ranks. What are you thinking about this side?
Yeah, positives definitely from this side. Tanner Boyd looked good in a losing Titan side. He caught my eye.
Scotty Drinkwater looked very good.
He was awesome. Turbo was also good against Penrith. We thought he wouldn't have the best round because it was against Penrith. But Talangi just didn't stand up with Brown against the Raiders.
A lot of negatives too.
Yeah, shocking performance there. Karaz again, average. Hutchinson, average. Finafaku, expect that 20 from him.
I was annoyed when Isaiah Yeo got taken off, and then first run back, he gets free tackle buster, line breaker system, and offload, and I'm like, wow. I'm happy with his 65.
Yeah, Cotter was also good. Pierce Paul was good in the WAD as well. I don't know about what happened with Terrell May actually.
I heard I've heard two things that he either had COVID or he missed the team bus. So it was a punishment for that.
He missed the team bus.
Well, like he was late to the team bus.
Brewster supporters, you're kidding yourselves. Harry Grant, he was good
And I
again,
think
60.
that's the reason they lost, to be honest. Like he's been their best forward all year round.
Well, we got 12 players on the field with Dom Young. Like that
Yeah.
should be more than 2 weeks in my opinion.
I don't think they should be red carded though. I think they should be sent to bin the league, maybe even a penalty.
I reckon spice things up.
Yeah.
Like seeing a send off. Ethan Strange, he was really good with that. Just one line break assist. He was really good. Sam Hughes with the try in 47. Really take that, or make some cash. And Salmon Travojevic just average again. So overall,
But Salmon has been moving around and hopefully he gets massive minutes at lock with all their injuries.
yeah. So it's a pretty good week for ourselves. Really good seeing these wing fullbacks really scoring some big points for the sides, and having a cracker. Expected 900 plus
Yeah.
next week. I'm gonna call it early.
So now onto my side. And look, just pretty much the same side. But Saliti has to go. I've had enough.
Mm.
Score is 717 and I dropped I gained 6k ranks pretty much. And I think on a chopping block for me, it's Saliti, it's Jacob Carraz, it's Mitch Kenny, it's Jordan Rapana if he's injured.
Yeah,
And
100.
it's actually Cam Murray.
Yeah, he could be one to save money, especially in my side. I got Ruben Cotter next week. Hopefully makes a little bit more cash, and he'll go out of my side and make way for Cleary, as I still have Terrell May on my side. But it was a pretty positive round with me. I think 820 for myself, with also Stoliti scoring that 12 points or something ridiculous. Just it's been rumored that he will get dropped this week, due to his just lack of performance in games and the effort he's putting in. So wake up call for him.
Yeah. So now on to the first game of the week. And it was a heartbreaking game for those Broncos supporters, but they showed a lot of fight out here. And I just think, like, Eli Katoa looked good, and I was talking him up all week. Like, I was saying, oh, yeah, it'll be any time try score to my coach, and I was just like, when he crossed over for that first try, I was happy, but I was like, should have pulled the trigger and gotten him. He was great, and I'd be looking at him again, but I reckon this is the last week before he's too dear for your wallet.
Is the screen working?
Yeah.
Can't see it on mine. Oh well. I'll try and share my screen, but in the first game, I really thought I was really surprised with how well, especially the Broncos were also doing under that pressure there from the Storm. It was a really entertaining game, and to take out of it, I was a bit disappointed with Pappenhausen in what he did, but a massive standout. Jerome Hughes, he's looked good in the games he's played, averaging 59 now. He was awesome.
I wouldn't be looking at him. What's going on with those stats there?
Oh, who knows? Fantasy's playing up. Munster really was good in his comeback game.
Yeah, bit of base. As you
Got to be pretty happy with 42 for himself.
I don't know if many of you know, but I brought him in, and I'm actually sticking the captaincy on him this week.
Pretty bold. We'll go through that more in next podcast. But Big Bentancur on his debut, he was awesome. See what happens with Willis in there. But just look at the guy Adam Reynolds. It's been told hamstring injury now. We thought it was all knee or something. Back with his MCL, I believe it was, but he has torn his hammy, and 3 to 4 rounds they're saying he's out for. Pretty disappointing for Reynolds buyers, but that's what you're gonna get when you got an old guy like that.
I'm hearing it'll be Sloan to 1, and then Mam to 7, Walsh to 6.
Pretty interesting. It'll be good if you're a Reece Walsh owner still and you held him. Might get a lot more ball.
Can you quickly talk about your thoughts on Harry Grant with a 61?
Well, Harry Grant was just strong throughout the whole game. It was a very base game from him, but I'm just really keen to see what he can do later in the season. Like, he will score those big scores when he gets a try or a couple more try assists and line breaks.
Well,
Expect
for me,
bigger
it's
things.
just he's averaging 55 and has not been playing good footy.
No, so I think it's positive signs. Reece Robson and Damien Cook's kind of been showing him up, but I think it's good signs for Harry Grant owners. Also Carrigan owners, if you brought him in, I don't think when Haas comes back, he's definitely still holding your side. We'll move on to the next game.
Can we talk about Pap quickly?
Oh yeah.
with a 24?
I just didn't see much involvement with him. But just one of those games, he's still making money, so you really take that from Pappenhausen. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, he made you 10K, and I mean, he's shown it to us. It's 80 or 20s, pretty much. And
Yeah,
just without the goal kicking, it makes me a little bit disinterested in him. Like, I'm holding him just because they got the dogs and that. But when it comes around 13, I might look at selling him if he only get that goal kicking back.
yeah, he's still got more money to make. I'm keen for him to
Because
score a couple more 80s.
if he's goal kicking, he gets another 12 points on this, or like 10 points on this, and it's like a 34, and you're taking the 34, you know?
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, next game, very interesting. A lot of HIAs, but Matt Burton with 3
I
tries.
mean, the dogs were up. They were up 30-0 at half time, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh, they were 26-0. It was
26
very
minutes, yeah.
entertaining though. To be fair, I really love this game, but this one wants to really load the stats. So, well, we won't get them today, but it was interesting. What happened with Nat Butcher there?
Oh, he had a kid.
Oh, well, congratulations, Nat. But
Yeah.
he was in our watches for the list. But I just want to talk about a guy, Angus Crichton. I think he'll come in my side for Solidity. I was just a bit sus on him, especially just with like Solidity and how Sua Wong went this year. But he's really showing his prime fantasy form coming back.
I think the only thing about Angus is he had a try assist and a line break assist, and that was his only attacking stats.
Hmm.
And he still managed to miss 10 tackles and he gets a 59. So let's say like he misses 2 in his normal amount and he doesn't get that try assist, he still gets you a 59 and you're very happy with that.
Yeah.
And I just think Reid Marnie, he's made 128K and he has been killing it.
Yeah. Well, he's getting up pretty expensive, 64
I mean,
now.
he's not missing as many tackles because he only missed 3 tackles, so you can see that.
Hmm. Um. We moved down Joey Manu. He's been strong all year now, averaging 50. Like, you take an average of 50. He's been really consistent the last
I
couple of
think
games.
depending how long Tedesco's out for, you take a look at him. Like if you can afford Carraz to Manu, that's a very good move, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I would hold the cash for Cleary. Like, I'm really big on Cleary this year, and I still think he's got to bounce back, and he will prove because he did do that last year, when he came back from the hammy. But
Yeah.
very interesting. We moved down in this Bulldog side. Hughes was awesome. He ran good meters, even
He
had a
had
couple
10
kick meters in
he
there.
had 5 tackle busts.
I thought he was really good, and he's holding your side. He'll get a lot more
Yeah.
minutes this week.
He made his
Um,
24K. Josh Curran was good. I mean I'd look at him this week, definitely, but I just think that 95K is a bit it's too much now, almost with that 95K price rise. Because like
mm,
now you're buying him at 600K where you want him to get up to 700, and I just don't think he gets that.
yeah. That's pretty much it for the Bulldog side, but it's good to
Well,
see Bunsen Cherry.
Jacob Carraz, do you think he's a safe hold or and Jacob and
Uh,
Drew? What are your thoughts on them?
I think they're a hold for now. They're just like one of those annoying mid-price players you can't really sell for any big guns, so you sort of just got to hold out on them. Hopefully, score a 61 week and have a low break even, and just get lucky with
And
how much money.
quickly, so entering the game at 463K, down 157K. When does it become Stephen Crichton time?
Don't think he's this fantasy guy for you, Stephen Crichton.
I mean, he scored 43 last week against the Bunnies. Just what's gone on with him this year? Like, because I'm thinking after that bye, he'll be 400K. It could be the time to go for him.
I don't think he's just had that playmakers around him. I know Burden's good. They played in Origin together. But he just doesn't have that Cleary and Luai, and what Penrith built, just like connection wise, was just ridiculous as a team. They're like a pack there, and like for him to go on the three-peat, he needed a special left edge or right edge, what he was playing on. So I think that's just the players around him really just
Yeah,
benefiting his game. Well, this Roosters side, Tedesco was unfortunate, getting absolutely poleaxed by Viliami Kikau. What a great run from Kikau it was. Very lucky I don't have James Tedesco. Was thinking about him, didn't pick him up. But yeah, talked about Joey Manu. Dom Young I believe he should have more than that with the swinging forearm to the head. We move down. We'll talk a guy like Brandon Smith. People were big on him early on, and he hasn't really shown it of late.
he's
Like,
definitely a hold.
yeah, if you've got him, he's a hold, but he's definitely not a buy.
Okay, so call me crazy, but just hear me out quickly. So I checked my phone. Salidi Tupanu was on 19 for 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay, this is the week he's going to get 50.
Yeah, he was.
If he does, if let's say all the reports aren't there, are false, and if he does find a way to start, because I believe, I don't know if Victor Radley will get a suspension for his send off, but sin bin. But if he does, is there ways that Saliti can start on the edge and you hold Saliti one more week just because he was killing it before he had to move to the centres?
Well,
Or is that 13 just a killer for you?
I don't really want Crichton to make much more money. With Stilly, he just hasn't shown anything throughout this whole year, and he's just been an absolute bust. So get rid of him, please.
Yeah, and Terrell's a safe hold,
Hope he
definitely.
gets on the bus this time. But good to see Michael Jennings back.
Lockie Hill, this guy Lockie Hill was trying to sell Terrell, man.
Yeah, he's an
This
idiot.
week.
He's an idiot.
Oh,
Michael Jennings, good to see him back playing footy. Apparently, the NRL are not celebrating his 300th game as due to his substance abuse. So, thoughts on that?
it's ridiculous.
We go now to this game. It was an absolute sludge fest out there. We have a look at Knights, Kalen Ponga. I'm so glad I brought him in. Another 60 performance, really getting consistent now like he did last year, leading the Dally M by far. He's been kicking as well now. I think it's really good signs for Kalen owners. Running a lot, 2 line breaks, 2 line assists, 1 try assist, 8 tackle busts. He was just awesome.
It was annoying. I don't own him, but I mean, I don't know if I'm looking at Kalen now just because of his price. Like he's up to 800k or 750k almost.
And he's made
But
me a bit of money.
I do 738k. I do think you give him. You got one more week left in him. He still had 10 errors, 10 negatives.
Dan Gagai, he's big 700k. He's only scoring 37 now.
I think it wasn't his day. He didn't have enough tackle bust. It was wet weather footy. I think if you own him, you hold him, but you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Again, you wouldn't be looking to buy him.
No. Coggle was really good, 52. I'm thinking of buying him maybe later on just to see like.
Well, he's bottom dollar now. Like
Yeah.
he's down 107k, 513k. If you're gonna do it this week, definitely.
Yeah. It's hard, but he was promising last year, so there's signs. We moved down. Hastings definitely not a buy. Kai Pierce-Paul was good. He
did
looked.
nothing and still got 47.
Yeah, so that's really good signs. Definitely a better buy. Then Stilly and everything. Wish I picked him up in round 2. It's a bit annoying, but Dylan Lucas.
Yeah, if I'm thinking about Tyson Frizzell, he's got a torn hamstring, and I reckon he could be back as soon as this week. But torn hamstring, it's 4 to 6 weeks, and Dylan is an absolute stud. He's almost close to a must-have. I'd have him over Angus Crichton personally.
I only Angus Crichton. I would pick him up instead of Dylan Lucas is only because of his position. Like, I just don't want to waste trades this early on. I just want to use him wisely. But Dylan Lucas, he'll make some money, but also will Angus Crichton. Angus Crichton, I believe, has more money to make and will be a hold later out through the season because you're gonna have to get rid of him at some point when Frizzell comes back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he'll be. Yeah.
Well,
So,
hopefully Thomas can do it, not can't. Sorry. The Dragons now.
so
Tyrell Sloan's fell
I'm
off the
hearing
pedigree.
rumors that Zach Lomax to fullback and Sloan dropped or to the wing. And if
No.
Lomax gets that fullback spot, what are your thoughts on?
Lomax is the most
any goal
overrated
kicks?
player. Sorry, Lomax is one of the most overrated players. He was good under that high ball, but only
That
reason he was
flick
put under the
pass was
high ball,
incredible.
the only reason he was put on the high ball was because of the wet weather and how good he is under it. But he's definitely not. It's just rumors at this point. I would say Tyrell Sloan backs his position, but we will see. So I would not buy Zach Lomax. I would not think of him, and I would drop him to reserve grade as he's the most overrated player.
Nah, he's a very good footy player. He's a sniper with the boot.
Carl Flanagan, if you got him.
You got to feel for Jack Bird, another knee injury.
Oh, getting old. Wish he did something with the Broncos. But Carl Flanagan, 23. If you're an owner, that's what you deserve. He's up and down, Carl Flanagan. If his team's winning, he'll score well. If his team's not, he's not. The only person backing him at the moment is his dad.
And Will
So
Garati.
Ben Hunt, 60, he looked good. He's always been like a high fantasy player, but never really seen in someone's side. He could be a pod, maybe Ben
Well,
Hunt, but
he's so
like,
inconsistent. He goes 60s and 40s. Like, even with that 60, he still don't have the 50 average at
mm.
700k.
Jacob Little, he was really good last year at some points. He'd make those darts out of dummy halves. He was 51 with barely any attacking stats.
Yeah, Jacob's a good player. I'd be looking at him, honestly. Like, I mean, 610 is a bit too expensive, but I think just to cover like a grant through Origin, like they got an easy draw too. Tigers, Warriors, Roosters, Sharks, Rabbitohs. Like nothing there to really, you know. I'd give Jacob a second thought.
Yeah, Luciano Leilua, 55. Wow. He's just come from the Cowboys now. He's doing really well at the Dragons. He looked awesome.
Yeah, him and the Bellin look very good. Like, I mean, we spoke about the Bellin, and I think he could buy him this week. Just need to get more minutes. But on the other side, Luciano Leilua, like, oh, I wish that score went to Jaden Sewer.
It's still 43. Take that from Sewer.
I'd buy Luciano Leilua if I didn't own Sewer. I just think having both the edges in my side, you just can't do that. But I mean, Luch is pretty cheap for 611 for Luciano Leilua as a player.
Mm. We moved down. Not much more to talk about in this Dragons side.
No.
Really interesting game, I'm gonna say the least.
Next game is Warriors, Rabbitohs, and what are the South Sydney Rabbitohs doing? Like, you look at this side on paper, it's unreal.
Everyone, it was so overhyped, the Rabbitohs, and they said Jack Wyden's coming, he's going to be awesome for the club, and nothing really much has happened with it.
But they're a very good side, and I mean, I still haven't lost faith in them. I think this week against the Sharks, they could upset, and I would never lose faith in this quality of a lineup. There's Origin players everywhere.
Yeah, well,
but Latrell out does hurt him.
If you have Latrell, I would definitely sell him, in my opinion, because he'd maybe come back and play Origin in the centres. But like
they do have remember they have the round 7 bye too, the Rabbitohs, which is next week.
I think Latrell Mitchell's a sell, in my opinion. If we look down, Tavita Totola was good with 45. Again, he's been consistent. He's sort of getting into that form.
I think you look at it, like, I know you haven't spoken about him, Cody Walker, Isaiah Tass, they're going to be very interesting. Like, you get Isaiah Tass 389k and Cody 488k. Like, you both know what they can do in fantasy, and I think if they can find a bit of form,
Yeah, but they seem like very interesting up and down players. To be fair, like last year, I won't get it up now, but Cody Walker was all over the place, losing money, gaining money. So in my opinion, like, it's very risky, but there is upside to it with the point of difference there. But I don't know, really.
Yeah.
We go down to Damien Cook, 55. Still didn't play the full minutes.
But he was still you're taking that.
55. Always take a score above 50 with a awesome player like Damien Cook.
Keon's a definite
45.
Hold.
Yeah,
definite
if you
hold.
got him, he's a hold. Definitely not a buy at this point. Just, I don't know, lackluster Rabbitoh side. But it is promising with 45 points from Keon. You know he's always good for a try assist or a try.
So I was sitting there, I was watching this game. 6-4, Cam Murray goes off. They leak 2 tries in the space of 5 minutes. How valuable is he for the side?
Yeah, he's probably the heart of that forward pack.
Like, he's the most influential player in the league for their side. They look lost without him. Even that game when he was on the edge, they look lost without him.
100%. He's a standout in Origin. He's a standout in club.
Jason Demetrio should just plug him away, play him 80 minutes, and he'd be a fantasy gun. But with him at 60 minutes, I just don't, like, I think he'll average a 50, and I just see there being more upside. So I think it's definitely it's a wait and see this week to see how many minutes he gets.
I wouldn't mind seeing Cameron Murray go to the edge instead of Jacob Hurst and Tallis Duncan moving in at 13.
No,
I reckon that could
Cam
be an
Murray starts
option.
on the edge.
I don't know,
Best
just
13
give
in the
him that
game.
full 30 minutes. A full 80 minutes, sorry. Warriors now. Sean Johnson looked electric with those 2 tries, showing flashbacks from last year. But a guy who I was thinking of buying, Jaden Campbell, a chance nickel clock stay. Chance was awesome, but also was Campbell, so I'm not too disappointed. But Chance was awesome. Line break, 2 try assists, awesome. So many run meters, kick meters as well.
I wouldn't be
Yeah, it was
looking at
awesome.
Chance, though. He's 581k. He had 2 try savers in there too. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
still
looking at him.
65 though. You want a risky one. He's got low ownership, but yeah, well, Roger again, he's 42. Like, you still take that from Roger Dodger.
He's playing. He moved to the wing, and he's actually playing very good football. Just not getting the fantasy numbers.
Yeah, but just chuck it. He's only got a line break in there. Chuck in maybe a try assist or a try,
No,
and he'll be
he
good.
got to try. He got to try.
Oh, oh well.
You're definitely not. You're not selling him though.
No, you're definitely not. He can be a fantasy beast. We've seen that.
Yeah, Sean Johnson.
Tomorrow,
You're looking to buy him, get him in.
yeah, 87 was awesome. Nico Cleary can toss them up if you want to go Sean Johnson. That saves about 100k. Yeah, Tamari Martin was really good, and his return,
Don't look to buy him though.
he could. I don't know. If the Warriors get on a roll, I can see Tamari Martin like a real good potential buy for this season. Just someone to sit on my bench, and really just plug away and score some points. Like, to be fair, like if you have a look here, we have 2 line breaks and 1 try assist with
A
60
try
points
and a try
and a
and
try.
two turnover tackles.
I could still see him in my side, honestly. Tamari Martin. Just
No,
watch out. We're gonna wait on him. He's definitely a wait and
yeah.
watch. Neil Blake back to that 53. 60
I gotta
minutes
say,
again.
Wade Egan has to be putting his hand up for New South Wales.
I've heard
Hooker.
this so much, but like
He's
Reese
unreal.
Robson, Reese Robson wasn't even named in their squad that was announced earlier in the season. And they want Wade Egan to have a go. Like, I think he was just outplayed by Robson on the weekend, and especially Damien Cook and Coruscant. There's 4 hookers there. Like, good luck, I'm
How
gonna say.
much of a stud is Jackson Ford this year?
Yeah, he's been good.
Couldn't he
Disappointed
do this
last
for us
year.
last year?
Yeah, I know. Um, he's just holding that position down now. What's happened with what's his name? Kurt Capewell.
I think he got injured.
So maybe lost of minutes, but just to see what
No,
with Kurt's.
he'll still play 80. It'll just be Mitch Barnett back to the middle rotation.
Yeah, I could see that actually, but both 57. If he could be an honest pod this week. Jackson Ford, he has shown 2 consistent scores. But he did have a try in that 57,
But he knows
which
how
you
to
could,
score tries.
yeah, 100%.
And I think
Move down.
Tohu's a definite hold, and I just on to the next game, I reckon.
Yeah, he can have 40s in him, but he will have 60s. You're gonna get 3 50s, no,
I mean,
3 60s.
it was never going to be his game, a 34-4
No,
scoreline.
100%. Move to the next. We see.
And goddamn, I was looking at this guy.
What a game.
He gets goal kicking too next week, 750k. He's down like 127. He's been a fantasy gun for ages. Daly Cherry Evans, 86 points.
On his
You're loving life
310th
if you have
game.
him.
Yeah, if you do, maybe not loving life in the first couple rounds, but maybe this round 86 really solid from Cherry. But
You
really,
see,
is he up there with Fogarty when he's scoring 60s average? Like, I reckon he's one of the best kickers in the game, Fogarty, and also is he up there with Cleary, Sean Johnson as fantasy players? Do you believe?
yes. Well, I reckon. So I'd rank it as those 3 are tier 1. Daly's tier 1.5. He's very good. Like, he's been fancy gun for ages, and Fogarty's tier 2. Like,
It's just if you're just, I'd say you could be a buy-in if you're just losing ranks in your side and you're about that 10k rank. He could be real risky daily, but he also could have so much upside to your side if he keeps consistently doing what he is for this Manly side. Like, if he really just
Yeah,
plays attacking footy like he did and involving Tommy Turbo, it's just great to watch.
he played well. He was very well from not being able to catch a cold to playing like that. That was very impressive.
Yeah, definitely was.
He was good.
66, good comeback if you've got him. We moved
Yeah,
down. Ola Kawadu was good with 57. Like if you got him, like you're really happy. One of the best edges at the moment in the game in my fantasy edges, in my opinion. He was really good, and even without a try, he was awesome.
yeah. You could look at him. This is probably second best edge in my books to buy.
Uh, Burbo 33 again, average game. He played the full 80.
He
Wow.
played on. He played in the centers though, so
Hmm.
and had 7 missed tackles.
Oh yeah, true. Because yeah, he's definitely still a hole in your side. Just green tick with so many injuries. Like you're
And
gonna
that drill
take a 30
position.
off him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna take a 30. Not much.
Nah.
Oh,
Sipley had a
Sipley's
good game.
definitely not a buy. Yeah, but he just won't show that in and out performance every week. We move to the Panthers now. Dylan Edwards again. He's good with 67, but like with 2 tries, a line break assist, a try assist, 8
He's kind
tackle
of
bus.
he's kind of like Hammer. He puts up wingers. He puts up winger scores
Yeah, I
for
100% agree in
winger
that.
games. Like
Yeah.
he plays fullback, but he's pretty much scores like a winger.
100%. Um, Tungo was 41 good without
He had like
without
5 turnover tackles, Tungo.
without a try. Yeah, you still
He had
take that, but you expect
four
that.
four turnover tackles. Yeah.
Kalen still hasn't had a breakout yet, like he did in the first game. I'm expecting it soon. He's definitely a hold in my books,
Look at that
but
drill position too.
yeah, he is losing a bit of money. But he's definitely a hold in my books. He's gonna have a breakout.
He only ran for 89 meters too. Like he's not going to do anything with that.
Yeah. Um, Nidal maybe definitely not a buy with Cleary coming back.
Yeah.
Kenny, I don't know, 38. If you can like just slot him on the bench there,
Nah.
he's
For
definitely
me,
maybe could be a hold.
he's got a break even of 38 now, and he averages 40. I just think he falls off too many tackles.
Mm. Um, we oh where
Luke Garner is a stud when he plays 80 minutes.
yeah, he played the pretty much the full 80 at second row, but um
When's Scotty Sorensen due back?
I'll have a look at that one. But I'll talk about Yo quickly. 64, he was awesome. He went off for that HIA and came back with 64 again, consistent. Unlucky with the buy this week, definitely a hold. Like you're never selling a guy like that when he's on a buy, wasting trades. Lindsay
Sorensen's
Smith,
to be confirmed.
so I'm gonna say a while.
Yeah.
But Lindsay Smith again, he was one point thinking of picking him up, but just not getting the minutes now.
Dane
32.
Laurie scored 28 and 30 and played through the middle as a ball playing.
Yeah, interesting, but not a fantasy buy. Yeah,
No.
interesting game that was. Really good for Manly. And good for Bronx supporters. This game, how dull was this game? I could not stand watching this game at all. Probably one of the dullest games I've seen all season. Um, Hammer again, 44 points, putting up winger stats. I really like that concept you put it there. Jermaine
I mean,
Asako,
he
20.
has a try and runs for 152 meters, and he only gets a 44.
Mm.
Jermaine
Jermaine,
Osaka got 10 of his points from goal kicks.
yeah, and 20, like, not positive signs. We know he can put up 70s, but he's just got to be scoring those tries. Averillo was good in the centers. Definitely not a buy in my opinion. Herbie,
Herbie's a
30.
sell.
He's a sell if you got him. That shoulder did not look good. Yeah, Jack Bostock, if you got him, keep him. He's still doing all right. I think he had that try assist.
Yeah.
He still looks pretty good. He can maybe if he scores a couple tries, easy 50 for your side. Definitely a hold.
Yeah, he's made you
Uh,
97K.
Katoa 53 with a try. He was pretty good.
He's just gone 50, 20, 50.
Yeah, I don't know. It just very inconsistent, and I do not like that. JMK Jeremy Marshall King 50.
Good first score for the season. Tom Flegler's a definite hold. He was 30 in 29, and then he went back on and did his AC joint. So if
But
he's back this week, which I'm hearing is not that bad.
Yeah, well, I'm hearing 1, 2, 3, 4, even up to 5 weeks. I've heard it's just see what happens with teamless.
Yeah.
But Ewan Aiken still definitely a hold, definitely not a buy in your side.
I actually think you could be looking to buy him because Felice Kafusi's done his hamstring, and Lemuelu is still in the knee brace. And I mean, at 600k, he's definitely a keeper in the centres.
Yeah, I reckon he's a keeper, but like,
You have to waste it. So you waste a trade on him because he's not going to be there the whole year. But
yeah, well, that's got to
I
be
think
issue.
if you have enough, go for it.
Yeah, 100%.
And Josh Kerr is a stud.
West Tigers. Yeah, the back line didn't do too much.
Jermaine Bull is going to be very cheap, so.
Stefano, 77, had an awesome game through the middle. You looking to pick him up?
He's got to have his name up there for Origin, but I actually am 660k, and he just looks like he's gotten a minute bump since Benji's been there. Like he's gone 51, 60, 52, 66 with a lower score of 38. I just think, yeah, he's gotten a big minutes bump and looks like he looks phenomenal. He's running the ball hard. What are your thoughts?
He definitely could look for a pickup. I don't know when they have their buy.
They already had one round, one, and they got one round
yeah.
further in, I think.
Yeah, so Stefano does look good. If he can hold it up, I think was it 60 the other week he also scored. He's definitely got those big scores in them.
60, he's gone 38, 60, 53, 77.
Yeah, like you take it from a guy at 600k, 77, and have a low break even. It's now or never with Stefano, in my
this
opinion.
week or never, because he's 660, 680k actually.
Coruscant, a bit disappointing, just didn't do much really, not much.
He went off for that hip or whatever, hip flexor.
Yeah, see what happens with him. Papali used to be gone. What happened to him? John Bateman.
He failed his HIA. He'll be very cheap soon.
Yeah,
You'll be looking
he
to get him
will.
at 600k.
Yeah,
I do
reckon
think
he'll even get down to 500.
there's still some hope for Isaiah Papali'i. Like he's averaging 47.8, and you saw he almost scored a try. He looks like the most threatening Tigers player. To be honest with you, on those edges, he looks like one of the only ways they're scoring a try without Lachlan Galvin there. How much of a difference can an 18-year-old make to one side?
I know. Been hurting. He's about to become immortal soon, apparently.
And just one quick lie. Like one of my favourite players, Alex Twall. Is he a buy? Like, you know what he can do with his PPM? 40 and 42, 18 and 17,
Yeah,
51 and 55.
Question is, will he just keep on getting that role? Especially last year, he was very inconsistent, but he did have those 50s in him and 40s. I think he's priced at 600 or 500k. He could be looking.
576.
Yeah, actually, again, it's now or never. I reckon for 12.
Yeah.
Move to the second last game, Cowboys Titans. What an interesting game it was. Titans look like massive comeback coming.
It's Tommy Chester season.
We'll talk more about that in our team list tomorrow.
If he gets the spot, but it's Tommy Chester season. I was looking at his reserve grade stats. He's a stud.
Yeah, it's reserve grade, mate. Different level up here in first grade, but Scotty Drinkwater 81. Wow, you're happy if you have him. Like he had it all. He had every single stat in the book. He added to the game a try, 3 line breaks, line break assist, try assist. It was really good from Scott Drinkwater. He went absolutely nuclear.
And just ridiculous. Next.
Val Holmes was good, 60, back to consistent. I think he had his conversions had a lot of points there as well. They like scoring
10,
points. Yeah, a lot
conversion.
A line break, 2 line break assists and a try assist. Good from Valentine. You take that. Move down to Reece Robson.
Chad Townsend got Sinbin and still scored a 57.
A lot of try assists there. He was involved in a lot of plays.
Yeah, and a field goal too.
Yeah, Reece Robson was awesome. 78.
He's out playing Grant right now, but I mean, how many times you see a hooker run for 160 meters and get 4 offloads to hand?
Yeah, not much.
Probably never.
But it'll be cheap now or never with Reece Robson again. I reckon he'll make a lot of money.
He's 730k and he went up. He went up 33k this week.
Yeah. Yeah. Now or never again. I reckon for the bloke.
And I think what about Ruben Cotter? He was good. Scored a 60, 55?
He was 56.
56, yeah.
He was good. He didn't play the full 80. I reckon if they do give him the full 80 role, he'll be awesome. He'll be scoring 60 plus. But I reckon I'm not taking those 60s for him, and I'd rather get Cleary in as a definite captaincy option.
And is Fine Thuiaki a hold? 29 and 80 minutes.
No. He's shown too many of that. I'd definitely try and get rid of him. But it's just an issue if you're trying to save money for Cleary as well. So he probably must be a hold.
Yeah.
Jaden Campbell, 60 points. I reckon he was awesome in my opinion.
He played well, but he did have 2 try saves, and one of them he shouldn't have gotten. Like, he fell off the tackle, and he should have been a missed tackle, but they gave him a turnover try saver.
Well, so in my opinion, as a Jaden Campbell fan,
that should be 48. And he had another try saver on top of that, so he gets 43 pretty much.
But he'll get most of his stats out of attacking, and I reckon he'll be good for this side. Like they've scored points with Jaden Campbell this year. I think the most points they've scored with him. So I reckon he'll be really good for that Titans, and he'll get a lot of ball involvement.
Such a bad team though.
I reckon AJ Brimson hopefully moving in for 4 in, and then Tanner Boyd hopefully he can just stand up a little bit. I reckon promising signs for Jaden Campbell. I want to talk about Brian Kelly. He's not really a fantasy player, but he looked awesome.
He could be a pod if he continues his form. Had 7 missed tackles and still got 55.
Yeah. Big name I want to talk about. Cleese Haas. He was awesome.
Yeah, 53. You're taking that. And what about Jermaine Jolliffe? He was good. 41. Like, does he get the big minute role because of old mate being out? Tino Malawi being out?
Well, he's already out and he's not getting that. He's 58.
Well, Cleese Haas got 50 minutes at lock too, so.
Yeah, he had that try there. I don't really see much consistency there. Pickups. Both them are not getting back to his best of form, but David Fifita, 58, could be looking a potential buy. He looked really like
pick him up.
He was working his socks off out there.
I mean, the edge position it's hard to feel. He's been the best player there. He looks like a completely different player this year. I just think he's gotten back-to-back 50s in the worst team in the league. Like, there's just so many signs to pick him up.
And our final game, Raiders-Eels, not much really to talk here, except for what a happy man Ricky Stewart is. Nothing to complain about.
How good is Matt Tomoko as a footy player?
He was awesome out of my draft side that I don't even look at, but
So, are you holding Jordan Rapana or not? Like, if you have him, he got 23. He's done very well this season too. Made just 60-odd K and has scored well.
I'm 100% holding him. Like, you got Stilly's trade. You got bigger players to trade in next week. I'm definitely
23 and 45. Like, he looked good, and he also he was playing on one knee. It was pretty.
He's still got money to make.
Yeah.
Ethan Strange was awesome with the one. He's definitely a hold with the only one line break. He was awesome.
Would you be looking at Xavier Savage with that 57?
No, it was just an outstanding game from him. Mate ran a lot, had a lot of involvement with the footy, which I probably won't see from the Raiders against tough sides. So, but Jamal Fogarty, 42,
finally
was good.
I get one back. Thank you.
But he just didn't have that involvement with the footy. You see here, barely any attacking stats again. I want to see him more involved.
I mean, he still had a try assist and 12 goals. Or field goal. A field goal and 12 goals.
Yeah, so I still think he's promising. He's got the best boot in the game, I reckon.
The thing for me is I went Munster over Fogarty because Munster runs the ball. Jamal Fogarty doesn't. He got 11 metres. Like, you're not going to get much points from 11 metres.
It was definitely an outside backs game. Like, their involvement was huge.
While you look at Munster, like, he didn't run the ball much, but he still got 131 metres. Like, That's where you get the attacking stats from.
Tarpany with 51 was pretty good. Take that.
I'd definitely be looking to hold him. And
Hold.
so, is Hudson Young becoming a buy? 592k, and we know what he can do. Like, he has been a fantasy gun before, and he's averaging 41 points.
Yeah, maybe. I definitely reckon if you don't have Kai Pearce-Paul, he's definitely still a pickup. And I'd. He could. It's just so difficult with edges this year, man. It's giving me headaches what they're doing. But like, because there's no good cheap options really now. But Crichton's there, but there's pretty expensive. I think Hudson Young 600k. So you got the money, I'd go all in. Smithies was good. I don't think Horsburgh is injured, so I reckon he'll still get some more minutes. So
Yeah,
he's definitely not
a
a
hold.
buy, but I reckon he's 100% hold if you have him.
Yeah.
Okay. The Eel side now. Gutho didn't get his average of 60 without Moses that we did talk about. Very disappointing.
You're hating your life if you're a Clint Gutherson owner.
I was going to get him in. Lucky I didn't. I went Campbell instead. I don't know. It was ballsy from me, and it paid off.
Yeah, Marcus Evo's not. Oh, I know. Will Penasini, I mean, 20, he's going to be very cheap. Down 65k, and you know what he can do when Moses is there? Like, he had scores of 40, 49 with Moses being there.
Simonson was good. I think he was the only player that, he didn't even get over Simonson.
Yeah. I mean, I'd look at Bailey definitely.
There was a look at earlier in the year. See what his involvement is with when Moses comes back.
Yeah.
But Talangi was disappointing. So many negatives there.
He's a definite hold.
100%. Dylan Brown's a hold as well. 48, you take that after
He
getting
just did nothing.
But he still got poleaxed by that Raiders side and didn't have the opportunity to do anything. So Lussick was good for 45. Good bounce back from him. Definitely a hold.
Yeah.
Hop God 62. Wow, he's still popping off. Hop God. He's doing well.
Stud.
He could be maybe a buy if you got the money. If you don't want to go Cleary and hold a half, he could be a buy. Even if you want to exchange Cotter for a cheaper option, then go upgrade to Hopgood.
So
He could be an option.
Hopgood's very good player, and I've been looking at him, but just one up him very quickly. We all know my obsession with Ryan Madison. 40 in 67 minutes. Like, you know what he can do at the edge? He can get these 40 games. If he plays 80, he probably get you a 48, and you're happy with that. 631k and 0 offloads. For a guy of Ryan Madison's caliber to get 0 offloads is insane. And I think, personally, with the edge position being tough this year, you just stick Ryan Madison in there. If you can do someone of mine, Ryan Madison, he should be a good buy until Bryce Cartwright's back.
100%. Well, I believe that'll wrap up the team review.
We will be back tomorrow for the team list analysis and the buy, hold, sell, and pods with pods.
Yep. We'll see you then. See you guys.
Yeah, thanks for being here.